What's up, good business leader? Now, if you think your values are clear, but your team's behavior is a little all over the place, this micro training might be the piece that you're missing. Because you can't just set values, you've got to shape how they show up on a day-to-day basis. And that happens through 3 levels of behavior guiding clarity that many businesses that I've met either don't know about or they skip. So in this training, I'm going to show you how to bridge the gap between what you believe and what your team actually behaves, or how they behave. Sound good? All right, so many businesses I work with have vague phrases or single word, buzzword style values with weak or no context. And yet they expect their team to know exactly what awesome performance, awesome behavior looks like in action. But how could they? I mean, apart from what you model, and that might be beautiful, but that requires you to be there every day for everyone. And that's impossible. And that's completely unscalable. So if you've never clearly defined the ideal behavior that each value looks like lived, it is impossible for your team to behave that way, or even on their own, but definitely in a united way. Okay, so let me show you what you need to think about here. So those 3 levels. Now, when we talk about behavior, when we're defining a value, there are 3 levels you need to consider so that the behavior aligns for the team and the company. I'm going to touch on these briefly now. So here they are. Because we don't have time really, I don't want to go deep in this. This is a much longer workshop, but just briefly, we need to think about it from 3 levels. So here's a question that you might want to ask. There are a set of them, but I'm going to sharing this one so that you can understand the 3 levels. So it's, what can I, and this is the one level, is I as an individual do to make this value stronger, right? Pretty simple. So the first level of behavior. The second is, what can we do as a team or as peers? So this is the joint action. So I, we, and the third is company. What can we do as a company? And this is where we're thinking about systems or procedures or policies or incentives, right? Because that has to be united for it to be cohesive. When these 3, when all 3 are factored into the behavior, they don't need to be explicit in there, but they need to be in the conversation to ensure there's no conflicts. You can then have an authentic and livable value set, right? So that your team will know how they're going to show up. You'll have, like, as individuals, as a team, and you'll have a company structure that supports that ideal behavior. Does that make sense? Right? So just keeping it super simple today. Think about all of those 3 levels when you're shaping your value set. Now, this is just one piece of our electromagnetic team framework, and it sits in this piece of shaping the behaviors here, the ideal behavior. How do you want your team to show up on a good day? It isn't just about happy clappy stuff. This is about transformative, driving the ideal so that you can hire to fit. You can develop people. You can protect the culture code that means your people live this optimal performance every single day. So if this model hit home, download the workbook, right? Watch this short training again, take notes, and check out the other micro trainings that are accessible through the workbook. Each one of them tackles a related and relevant real culture issue that will help you build a high-performing self-led team. Now, if you are serious about transforming your team from the inside out, turning them to an electromagnet for all the awesome humans that you can imagine, A players and dream clients, it all starts with a free 10-minute planning call. No pitch, no pressure, just a real conversation about where you are right now, where you'd like to be, and how we might help you to get there if we're a fit. So get the guide, the link in there to book a meeting is in there. And until next time, be unapologetically awesome. Bye for now.